We started on a series about the journey of the slave from the moment they're resurrected from their grave, which will end up in either Jannah or Jahannam. And we previously described the reality of the land of the mahshar, the land of the reckoning, the land of gathering. Everyone will be standing there naked, barefooted, uncircumcised. People will be submerged in their sweat based off of their deeds. Some up to their ankles, some up to their knees, some up to their hip and waist level, and some of them will be drowning in it. And we described from the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the first ummah that will go through the reckoning is the last ummah, the ummah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. نحن الآخرون السابقون, as he says sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We're the last of nations, but we will be the first of the nations to be going through the process of the reckoning. And the process starts off with تطاير الصحف, the distribution of your books. Some people will be receiving their books with their right hand. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ فَسَوْفَ يُحَاسَبُ حِسَابًا يَسِيرًا. That person will go through an easy reckoning. And some people will receive their book with their left hand. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِشِمَالِهِ. Some people will think that they're deceiving and put their left hand behind their back and extend out their right hand so they can receive the book in the right hand. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ. They'll be given to them in their left hand behind their back. And every single person will be called to stand in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. مَا مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ إِلَّا سَيُكَلِّمُهُ اللَّهُ لَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَهُ تُرْجُمَانٌ. There will be no translator between you and Allah Azza wa Jal. So we describe the reality of the believer when Allah Azza wa Jal brings that person close. Ya abdi, amilta kada wa kada yawma kada wa kada. You did this and this on that day and that day. And the righteous believer will admit to it. And you did this and this on that day and that day. And he will agree and admit to it. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, سَتَرْتُهَا عَلَيْكَ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَأَنَا أَغْفِرُهَا لَكَ الْيَوْمِ. I have concealed it for you in the world, and today I will pardon you for it. And we stopped right here. What about the people of the left-hand book? Going through their book, مَا لِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ لَا يُغَادِرُ صَغِيرَةً وَلَا كَبِيرَةً إِلَّا أَحْصَاهَا. What is the situation with this book? It leaves off no small deed, no big deed, everything is in it. They're going through their book. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِشِمَالِهِ فَيَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أُوتَ كِتَابِيَهْ. Oh, woe to me, I wish I didn't receive this book. وَلَمْ أَدْرِ مَا حِسَابِيَهْ. And I don't know, and I wish I didn't know about my reality of my reckoning. يَا لَيْتَهَا كَانَتِ الْقَاضِيَةِ. I wish this was the end of me. And that person will be dragged and brought in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. وَجَاءَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَعَهَا سَائِقٌ وَشَهِيدٌ. Two angels, one that is dragging and steering them, and the other one that will be a witness. And the same questions will be asked. And there are many processes of Yawm al-Qiyamah. The hisab is just an acknowledgement of your deeds. It's not the final judgment. It's just an acknowledgement of your deeds. So this man will say, "Oh Allah, aren't you just?" Allah will say, "Yes." From the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one day the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam started to laugh and he asked the Sahaba, "You're not going to ask me why am I laughing?" They said, "Ya Rasulullah, what made you laugh?" He said, "I'm laughing at the audacity of the slave on the day of judgment. A man will be brought in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, and he will say, 'Oh Allah, aren't you just? Didn't you promise me justice?' Allah will say, 'Yes.' He said, 'Let me try to provide context and explanation to my book, to my deeds. Why did I do such and such on this day and that day?' Wanted to use his words to get out of the situation. Allah Azza wa Jal will say, "Okay. كَفَى بِنَفْسِكَ الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكَ شَهِيدًا." Today you will be a witness against your own self. Allah will seal their tongue and allow for their hands, their eyes, their ears, their body parts and their limbs to speak. اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد ورجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون. On that day, their mouths would be sealed. Their hands would speak. Their legs would testify to that which they used to do. The man will be talking back. وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ لِمَ شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. He will say to his body parts, his skin, his eyes, his hands, "Why are you testifying against us? Why are you speaking up against us?" قَالُوا أَنْطَقَنَا اللَّهُ الَّذِي أَنْطَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. Allah who made everything speak, gave us the ability to speak. وَهُوَ خَلَقَكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. And He created you to start with. You think you can talk your way out of the situation? No. You will say, بَعْدًا لَكُنَّ وَسُحْقًا لَكُنَّ. Woe to you, get far away from me, destruction to you. It was you that I was trying to protect. I'm trying to protect us from the fire. And now you want to testify against us? There will be many those who testify. The first and the greatest shaheed is Allah Azza wa Jalla. The greatest witness against us is Allah Azza wa Jalla. Then the prophets. فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. What will be the situation on the day that we bring from every nation its witness, and we bring you, O Muhammad, as a witness against these lot? And every single person will have angels who are witnesses against them as well. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ كِرَامًا كَاتِبِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. The ayat. And the last one is you testifying against yourself. When a man will stand in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, and his hand that would steal is testifying, this is what I stole. And the eyes who are looking at things at night and haram will testify. and the ears that were listening and hearing things they're not supposed to hear will testify. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect us. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to conceal our faults in this world and to forgive us in the last. The people who received their book with their right hand and went through an easy process of reckoning will be going around to the people, هَاؤُمُ قُرَأُوا كِتَابِيَهْ, trying to find his family, his friends, his relatives, anyone he recognizes. هَاؤُمُ قُرَأُوا كِتَابِيَهْ. This is my book, come read it, come read it, come read it. And the people who receive their book with their left hand will be hiding it in disgrace, running around. But this is only the first process. The second process is a judgment between al-khalaiq. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the hadith of Huraira radiallahu anhu warda says, reported in both hadith in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, he says, do you know who is al-muflis, who's bankrupt, who's broke? They said, Ya Rasulullah, he's a man who has no wealth, no dollar, no dinar, no dirham, nothing to his name. He said, no, this is not the muflis. This is not the person who's bankrupt. It's a man who comes on the day of judgment with mountains of good deeds. This is his prayer. This is his sadaqah. This is his hajj. This is his umrah. But he insulted this person. And he backbit that person. And he caused problems between these individuals. And he beat up this person. And he besmirched that person. And he stole from this person. And he cheated from that person. And there's a long queue of people waiting. So everyone will be given a portion of his good deed depending on what he did to them. The mountains start to slowly get smaller and smaller. Now he's left with nothing. All his good deeds that he worked for in this world are gone. But the line is still long. And there are still people waiting. So now they're going to be taken from their bad deeds and will be given to him. And will be told to him, go now to the mizan. Now you go to the scales. Complete justice on that day. The Prophet ﷺ tells us, even from the animals, if two animals fought, one of them had horns and the other one didn't, Allah Azza wa Jalla will reverse that and cause justice between them. It's not enough for you to pray. It's not enough for you to pay sadaqah. But how do you deal with the people? How do you interact with society? Are you good to your neighbors? They asked the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about a woman who prays and fasts, but she's bad to her neighbors. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Finnar. Why? Because all of her deeds will be given to them. As the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, and we'll conclude with this hadith, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. The entire message of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam revolves around perfecting the character of men and women. Perfecting our characters, how we deal with one another. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to increase us in good akhlaq. As the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would make dua and make this dua very frequently. Allahumma inni as'aluka mahasin al-akhlaq. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect us from and cleanse our heart from bad manners. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to resurrect us on the Day of Judgment